From Las Vegas, it's Let's Talk News Now with Rick and Ella.
Welcome back to Let's Talk News Now. We have with us Mark Love. Mark is a fantastic entertainer. You've been here in Vegas for how long?
6 years now.
6 years here. And you know something? Alexi Taryn's not here today, but he'd be so proud of you. He's our fashion guy.
Really?
And he's always talking about how men should wear, you know, really good-looking shirts, color, patterns, and so on. You can tell that doesn't work. But it looks great on you.
Paisley's back, right?
Paisley is back. We're not old enough to remember the first time it was out, are we?
I am.
Okay. I admit
Love
to
the
nothing.
honesty.
And she's going, Paisley? That's the first time I've seen it.
I just love the pattern shirt. It's brilliant.
You've never heard of Paisley? Wow.
No, well,
I've heard of a guy named Paisley. You know, it's a name. No.
Anyway, Mark, we were talking yesterday's show. We were fortunate enough to have Joey Ambers on, and of course from Bill Haley and the Comets. Yeah, and he's part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that was absolutely fantastic. He was telling us a story about Philadelphia and how everything was coming out of Philadelphia at that time.
Including me.
Including you. And that's what was
born in Philadelphia, yeah.
An American Bandstand, Dick Clark, starting in, on a local television station in Philadelphia that became also iconic to music. You had a experience with American Bandstand with Dick Clark.
I was on there twice. Like I said, originally from Philadelphia. We moved to Florida the year that it became a nationwide show. So we went up to visit the relatives. I guess I was 61, something like that. And I was on twice. I went on a Tuesday, and I think it was Bobby Rydell was on, and I had a baby alligator I brought up from Florida. So Dick Clark interviewed me. I got it to open its mouth, and that was cool. One time on, and I'm interviewed by Dick Clark. Went back on Thursday, Conway Twitty was on, and Dick wants to know how far people have traveled to be on the show, and about 20 people raised their hand, and son of a gun, he talked to me again. So
you were meant to be on there.
I said I came up from Florida, and then he asked me a really difficult question. My family's sitting at home watching, including my uncle who we're staying with, and he asked me who I was staying with, and I got tongue-tied and said, friends. So when I got back to my uncle's house, the door was locked, and he yelled through the door, "Go stay with those friends." And he had my alligator too. He was captive. Yeah.
Did you ever get him back?
And that's when television was live.
Let me in. That was,
I would have made you scared. I'd be like,
I would love to see the videos of that. That was
me too. Yeah.
Amazing.
How much fun? Tell me, and I always ask this question. Dick Clark, off camera, the same charismatic, youthful guy you'd see on camera?
As I recall, that was a long time ago. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. The brief moments that we had, because he was joking with me later about the alligators. So.
Too much fun.
Yeah.
But that's, okay, so your initial exposure is you start off with your career on American Bandstand. How lucky are you?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why you're an icon now, and out of Philadelphia too. So
that's it.
I think that's where I got my first interest in becoming a performer, because my senior year in high school in '62, I had my first band and performed for the first sock hop after the first football game at the Armory, and that was what an amazing first gig, And then I moved on from there. I had your other first gig though is you were one of the very first DJs. Oh yeah.
Disco DJs, you were telling me.
Yeah, that was before disco really was happening, and we had the ribbons of light and the projections and all in '69, because I did all the announcing for all the bands that I had performed in. Someone heard my voice, and so that was there for like a year at the Scene in Orlando, and then in '70 moved on down to Miami, rushing out of here, and where I met Jim Morrison one night. Yeah, I've done a lot of different things. I perform right now for a lot of the retirement homes, about 30 of them a month.
That's
retirement rehab facilities. It's beautiful to see how they come to life and how they really love the music. And I've done the Suncoast and did South Point with Grant. I think you had Grant Griffin on the other day.
Yeah, we did.
Did a show with him at the South Point. Also been at Sam's Town with my wife, the Love Duo. Maybe perhaps we can talk with the duo sometime.
And that would be absolutely fantastic because your wife is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, British as well.
There you go. You're saying about beautiful women in Britain. I think it has to do with the fact that it's so cloudy. that they never, you know, they don't have to worry about getting sun and wrinkles and all those kinds of things. But now you're getting ready for a brand new project with yourself and Mark Maynard.
He does Frankie Valli, and he and I do Righteous Brothers, and we look like the Righteous Brothers. Paige Poole as Elvis. He did 7 years at the Riviera. He's amazing. And then I bumped into Andy Corridori at the Tap House where I appear every Monday night.
Right.
Hadn't seen him in almost 30 years. We did a mail review together about 30 years ago. But he is a multi-talented guy, kind of like Danny Gans, Gordie Brown, that kind of thing. And it's all on YouTube. And we're putting together a project. I think it's going to be the Love Connection or the Love Project, something along those lines.
Well, I'll tell you what, we will absolutely look forward to that. And you're going to have to let us know as soon as you guys got it together.
Oh, for sure.
Where your opening is going to be, and we're going to be there.
All right.
And
I realize we've just invited ourselves.
My wife will be in that show too.
Fantastic. There you go. You got it. In the meantime, we're going to take a short break, and you go get yourself a cup of coffee, because this is no better place to start your day than right now on Let's Talk News Now.